Right now at 6, scrambling to find childcare less than 2 days before a potential teacher strike.
And I can't imagine what it would be like to be in the position where every day is unknown.
How some parents are making plans for a worst case scenario. Plus,
my stated goal is to have no unsanctioned camping anywhere in the city of Portland.
Mayor Ted Wheeler sets a start date for the city's daytime camping ban. What to expect when it goes into effect.
And a grand opening years in the making.
So we're introducing a new level of luxury to the city.
The sky-high downtown tower that's raising questions and expectations.
Good evening, everyone. Let's get right to breaking news in Corvallis, where police have given an all clear after one person was hurt in an explosion. This is around 2:30 at McNary Field on the northeast corner of the OSU campus. That's near 11th and Monroe.
This is a photo from earlier. There was a crime scene tape around an open field next to a parking lot. According to our news partners at KGW, the person who was hurt is a 22-year-old man from Cottage Grove. We understand he is not an OSU student. His injuries are being described as significant. Investigators are working to figure out exactly what happened here.
Yeah, we'll keep you posted as we learn more. Well, thanks for joining us at 6 o'clock. I'm David Molko.
And I'm China Green. We continue at 6 with time quickly running out, with thousands of teachers in Oregon's largest school district expected to hit the picket lines Wednesday if they can't reach a deal.
Let's get right to team coverage now. Evan Watson live outside Southwest Portland's Lincoln High with a plea from the governor for all sides to put students first. But we begin with Daisy Caballero in the newsroom on a strike that will impact tens of thousands of families. Daisy.
Yeah, Portland Public Schools just had an update at 4:30 and said they're still at the bargaining table and will stay there until a deal is reached. They say $228 million is what's separating the district from what the teachers are asking for.
It would be irresponsible for PPS to commit to an agreement that creates a huge fiscal cliff. We need our PAT partners to acknowledge this reality and our obligation to preserve student instructional time. We need them to be willing to compromise.
Dr. Bernard Adams, who you just heard from there, says he is optimistic, adding is now a matter of when a deal is reached, not if. But this, of course, is leaving parents worried, especially those without childcare. Westside Dance and Gymnastics Academy out in Tigard says they're adding temporary childcare for families if this strike ends up happening. Westside is a performing arts preschool. They also have a dance and gymnastics program. I'm told current members will have first dibs ahead of non-members for this temporary childcare. Families will have the option between a full day from 8 to 5 or a half day from 8 to 1:30. The co-owner tells me she understands the strain this will have on working families.
So many of our staff here, we have kids ourselves. I mean, mine are older now, and I can't imagine what it would be like to be in the position where every day is unknown, especially if you don't work from home. I think it's unfortunate that they have to add this to their, I'm sure, already a stressful plate. So if we can offer any help in any capacity.
Okay, so here's what teachers are asking for: more planning time in their weeks to work on lesson plans, grading, and outreach to parents, smaller classroom sizes, and more pay. Teachers say they want an 8.5% increase this year, but the district has offered 4.5%. Dr. Adams with Portland Public Schools says they will keep parents updated on their bargaining website if a deal is reached. We, of course, will also keep you both updated on air and online.
Yeah, trying to close a $228 million gap here. Thank you, Daisy. We're going to continue our team coverage with Evan Watson, who spoke to Governor Tina Kotek about the potential strike.
And Evan, it sounds like the governor is talking to both sides here. So what are you learning?
Yes, China, with Portland Public Schools and the teachers union still at odds over this agreement, Governor Kotek today said that she expects both sides to practically live with each other over the next 48 hours in order to sort this out. If Portland Public Schools and the Portland Association of Teachers don't reach a deal by Wednesday, 81 schools in the Portland area could close. That's 45,000 kids out of the classroom just over 2 months into the school year.
My message right now to Portland Public Schools and PAT, you need to stay at the table. You need to figure this out. Going out on strike is not in the best interest of students or families, and I hope you're spending every moment between now and your self-imposed deadline to to figure this out.
Oregon Governor Tina Kotek answered questions about the potential strike on Monday. She said she respects the collective bargaining process, but also seemed frustrated that a strike seems imminent.
So, I'm not saying we have all the resources we need, and I expect our districts to figure it out. I expect them to prioritize in the classroom experience to get the results for our kids. And because we will always have a funding challenge. That is not unusual.
About 4,000 teachers affiliated with the Portland Association of Teachers are prepared to strike, according to the association. The union and the district have been in talks since the teachers' last contract expired in June. If a strike happens, it would be the first in the district's history. Portland Public Schools previously said meeting the teachers' demands on pay and smaller class sizes would cost the district $200 million, something Kotek acknowledged.
I think it would be irresponsible for the Portland Public Schools to commit to an agreement that will create a gigantic cliff at the end of the biennium. I do expect them to put more money on the table and prioritize classroom resources first over administration. But I don't believe there's $200 million sitting there.
Kotek said her office is having behind-the-scenes conversations with both sides. When asked about state intervention on funding, she said that's a topic for a future legislative session.
I'm asking everyone to stretch with the resources they have to meet the goals that we all share. When it comes to education funding, this is really a conversation for 2025. I know folks are.
Kotek said Student Success Act funding continues to trend upwards, giving school districts more resources. But her general tone remained clear that both sides in this case need to do everything they can this week to avoid a strike in Oregon's largest public school district. David, China.
All right, Evan, thank you. And of course, we'll have the updates, the latest updates on the potential strike, both on air and online at KGW.com.
Well, speaking of the governor, in your headlines this evening, the task force to improve Portland's Central City met again today. Those meetings are private with a group of some 120 people working toward recommendations. Today, Governor Kotek said she recently talked to the CEO of Union Pacific about cleaning up railroad property. She also said the priorities of the task force seem to mirror concerns listed in public survey results.
The things that rose to the top of people's concerns are the very issues we're working on. Community safety, folks who are unsheltered and living outside.
Task force members will present their plan at the Oregon Business Summit in December.
A driver is now facing criminal charges after a weekend crash in the Concordia neighborhood left 2 people dead. So this happened just before 6 Saturday night at Northeast Lombard and 33rd when a pickup collided with the SUV. 2 people in the SUV were killed. The driver of the pickup truck, 29-year-old Jaylon Benjamin, was arrested and charged with 2 counts of manslaughter. Police have not released the names of the 2 victims.
Portland police are searching for the suspect they say shot another man at a Max stop in the Hazelwood neighborhood. Police say the victim was shot in the thigh around 5:15 Sunday afternoon at the Max platform at 122nd and Burnside. He was treated and released from the hospital. They described the suspect as a white male. Police are not saying if he and the victim knew each other. Anyone with information here is asked to call Portland police.
And longtime Oregon Congressman Earl Blumenauer will not be seeking re-election. Blumenauer, who's 75, was first elected to the Oregon House at age 23. He later served on the Multnomah County Commission and Portland City Council before being elected to his current seat in the Congress in 1996. Blumenauer told OPB that after he leaves office at the end of next year, he plans to continue to work on his priorities, including energy, transportation, and bicycles. Matt?
Thanks so much, China. Boy, what a day to be out on your bicycle or just outside in any way, shape, or form. So good. There's Mount Hood looking west from our Skycam in the Dalles on the Oregon Veterans Home, 47 degrees there. Super low humidity on the east side and on the west side. We go to the coast and the first signs of a change. There are high clouds offshore there and they're moving our way, but slowly. Still really warm at the beach at Newport. Really beautiful at the beach up at Cannon Beach. You can see those same high clouds offshore there. So again, clear sky continuing tonight and in the morning, but then we'll begin to see clouds increase. And yes, we're talking about an atmospheric river, but not for Halloween. Halloween's fine, but this is going to deliver a lot of rain towards us, not once, but twice later on this week. I'll have more for you on that a little bit later on. But of course, the big deal, the big forecast is for tomorrow night. For all the trick-or-treaters out there, be careful drivers, lots of people out on the streets. It'll be mainly cloudy Temperatures falling from 50 to 45 as we go through the evening hours, and not a full moon, but it's close. Moonrise 7:35, so it's going to be a good night for that. So a dry Halloween, rain coming in late Wednesday, and then more after that, guys.
Yeah, we'll definitely take the dry Halloween. Thank you, Matt. On our homeless crisis this evening, the city of Portland has announced it will begin enforcing its daytime camping ban in just about 2 weeks here.
Kyle Boshi explains why it will likely start with warnings and possibly fines, though not for everyone.
These new restrictions on people living on the street go into effect on November 13th. That's 2 weeks from today. The new ordinance approved by City Council in July severely restricts where and how the homeless can camp, particularly during the day. The daytime camping ban forbids camping on public property between 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. No tents can be blocking building entry or exits. And there's no camping within 250 feet of schools or shelters. Those who violate the daytime camping ban would receive 2 warnings before a 3rd violation, which could result in a $100 fine, jail time, or both. Today, Portland Mayor Ted Wheeler explained that initially there won't be blanket enforcement. Instead, Portland police will focus on problem spots. The mayor says the goal is to get people into some type of temporary alternative shelter. Those in the street argue this new law creates less stability because now they'll have to carry their possessions when enforcement begins.
It's not right for us to have to keep moving our stuff when we have nowhere to put our stuff. So it's like, what are we supposed to do? Just lose all of our stuff every time and have to start over again?
Earlier this month, the group filed a class action lawsuit against the city's camping ban, alleging the restrictions violate Oregon law and the state constitution. That case is still pending. One other important note, the mayor says don't call 911 to report illegal daytime camping. Instead, report it on the city's website or call 311. Kyle Boshi, KGW News.